So problem number 1 on this week's homework is 874 times 10. So in class we talked about how this is 10 874. So I could do 10 groups of 874, etc., and keep writing those groups. I could add them up, right? I could do 874, all the way to 10 of those. And this could prove our theory about what we learned in class. 6, 7, 8, 74, 9, and 10. So we could add all those up because I know it is 10 groups of 874 or 874 groups of 10. That would be a lot of adding. So I can add all these. The other way we could write this is 874.00. We know that this number, because it's decimal point and 00, is the exact same as this. There is no difference. When we multiply by 10, we are moving our decimal point one space to the right. This is the conversation we've had in class where we came up with these rules. So this one we decided was Haru's rule. He shared it. So times 10, move the decimal point one space right. Divide by 10, move the decimal one space left, and so on. So we remember this because we have 2 zeros in 100, 3 zeros in 1,000, etc. So let's check our work. So we decided when you multiply by 10, that's moving that decimal point. So that is 8740.0. All right. So we think it is 1, 2, 3, and we add that comma in. That's our 1,000 comma. 8,740. So we can check this by doing this. So we have 4s, and we have 10 of those 4s because we're multiplying by 10. I know that 10 times 4 or 4 times 10 is 40. I could count, I could figure it out, but I know this. So I'm moving this, that 40, 4 goes up there because that's the tens, and this is the tens column. 7 times 10 is 70, and I'm going to add that 4, so it's 74. Really what this is 740. So I'm going to put my 7 and my 4 there. See, we have the 40 and the 7 for 700. 8 times 10 is 80, which really it's 800, plus the 7, so 80 plus 7 is 87. 87. 1, 2, 3, comma. We have the same answer, and we were able to prove Haru's rule. So when we're doing division, it's going to be very similar. So let's take a look at, let's maybe do this one, the next one. 2, 2, 6, 4 divided by 10. All right, so our rule, and that was Wolfie's rule, says when you divide by 10, you move the decimal point 1 to the left. So let's get this set up correctly, 0.00, and we're just going to move this guy 1 over. Okay, so we say it is 226.4. So it's 226 and almost half, not quite half. So that's what we're saying our answer is. Can we figure that out? How many tens go into 2,264? Well, let's see. We could do long division this way. So we have 2, 2, 6, 4. If we do our bank of numbers, I know that, we'll move this over. I know that 10 times 10 equals 100. I know 10 times 100 equals 1,000. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, 1,000, there we go. So I'm trying to get my division down. So let's start with this one. We'll do 1,000 here, and I'll make a mark knowing that I did times 100 on the side. And now I'm going to subtract. 4, 6, 2, and a 1. Oh, we still can divide by 1, or we can still divide by 100, putting that 1,000 in. So we'll do another 1,000, take away another 1,000, and make a note that this was 100 times that went in. 4, 6, and 2. All right, now, how many times does 10 go into that? Well, I know 10 times 10 is 100. Okay, so let's do minus 100. And I knew that was a times 10. So now I have 164. All right, I still have 100, so I could still do it. Minus 100 and make sure I know that was a 10. I'm at 64. All right, how many times does 10 go into 60? Make a little line over here. 10 goes into 60 6 times. So we'll do 6 times, and then we have remainder 4.4 because it's divided by 10. So let's see. We had 100, 200, 26, 226.4. So we proved that with our division. This is our chunking division. If you want to see a video on how this is done in more detail, that is also on my YouTube site, so I'll link it to this. But this is how we are proving it. We could do one more if we'd like. So we could say like, let's do 25.3 divided by 10. It's the same thing. What's it? Wolfie's rule says one space to the left. We're doing that there, so it should be 2.53. We could also then use this method to prove it. So that is homework. There are a couple different types on here. It's just one page today. So this one you're filling out, what would that be? Same thing here. Are we dividing or are we multiplying? Reminder that dividing with numbers that are not fractions, whole numbers, will get us smaller. Multiplying will get us bigger, and then some true false. So hopefully this makes a bit of sense. Again, this is its own lesson that will happen later. They don't need to prove it in their homework if they're feeling like they're getting this. But again, we are pushing back on the just adding a 0 because that is not accurate.